This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.
Clients all really are baffled by how out of touch they are with their food. So I just want to review a couple more things. How social gatherings all the way through industrial age, all of our social gatherings were around meal times, or they involved things like indigenous dancing hours and then a meal.
Right.
So the communal aspect of food, so not only were they not separate from their food, they connected with the act of getting the food, then they totally connected with the act of participating and engaging with the food. Mm-hmm. So chewing your food and 70 times 7, and you go and you look at the pattern of the Tibetan monks, and they'll eat a very plain bowl of rice, but they'll chew each bite like 70 times. What's that about? There is a real communication process that we in modern days are losing, which has to do with the act of chewing and how it stimulates these glands here to then stimulate another gland called our pancreas to secrete digestive enzymes. So who we're being while we're eating, it turns out, really matters. If we have angry, fearful thoughts while we're eating, our body can't open up and process. If we're calm and relaxed and we chew a lot, we can actually get the best result from what we're eating. Yeah, it's really interesting. So
that's a very simple thing, too.
It's
so
just
something
simple.
You have to just think about.
But it's going to be a rehab. Yeah, it's going to be a process of rehabilitation. So one of my old, and I mean ancient mentors used to say, if you can get their digestion picked up a little bit, then it's like their brain clears out a little bit and they can actually look at what's on their plate or what volume's on their plate. But until you get them really digesting, it's almost like it's too much work. And that's what I've seen in our current times. People really feel either afraid to take on their health because there's so much information, disinformation. They just don't know what to do. They'd like to do something. They just don't know what. And then the other thing is, the minute they start, it's just all too much. 15 billion supplement. Well, what if you started with having your eating time be eating time? What if you started with making sure you chewed all your food and you just focused on drinking water the rest of the days throughout the day, not at mealtime? What if you just focused on becoming more conscious while you're eating to see how you
Those are very simple things, but it's something that require a little bit of thought to bring them into habits.
Yeah. Well, the giant con of this century is that we can sort of cheat Mother Nature and get away with it.
Right.
And
GMOs.
that's really the accurate way of describing it. So what we're all having to do is literally put a of discipline on. It is very much an act of discipline. Dave, you and I are faced with way too many choices. Even if we just looked at what to eat, we could spend an entire day or two just looking at which diet, which plan, how to do it. Blah, blah, blah. No. That can't possibly be the answer then. So we have to go deeper and more fundamentally to look at the process. If I can tell a before and after based on what I'm eating, that's really intelligent.
Yeah.
This is
why I didn't include the actual food choices in the nutrachallenge. I only included intermittent fasting in the nutrachallenge, especially after we met. I just realized something super profound, but it's very foundational. Everybody's different. Nobody specifically needs the exact same diet. Everybody has some different requirements that they need. And so that's why I couldn't really recommend a specific diet, because you're right. It's too confusing trying to diet. But when we think about the word diet, the interesting point I want to make about the word diet is our diet is what we eat. What we eat is our diet. So technically we're always on a diet. We're just...
yes.
You know what I mean? It's like we just are in this thing of, we're dieting. We're diet, but that means we're doing something other than what we eat normally. But what we eat normally is our diet. So we got to we have to make that into something that benefits us.
This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.